What's going on, everybody? My name is Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the WorkSharp guided sharpening system and also the upgrade kit you can get for it. With the system itself, you get what you see here. You get the sharpener with a 600 grit diamond plate, and then you get the field hone, the ceramic field hone, which you can turn to different settings here to fine, or it's got different settings you can put it on. And it also has serrated edge ceramic rods there, so you can sharpen up serrated. While I'm talking about this thing, and also you have these little things here, you can flip it from 20 degrees to 17 degrees, whichever you prefer, or you can and they're magnetic. They just clip in like that. So are these plates, by the way. Plates are replaceable, so if you wear one out, you can get another one. No big deal. And they're magnetic and clip on there. And it also has the ability to, you let that go, and it'll allow it to roll. Now, I'm not sure what you would need that for. I'm sure there's a reason, maybe a certain type of recurved blades or something that may come in handy to have this, freely rotating like this, but I don't use it that way. I lock it in so it's sturdy, locked in like that. This penguin here I've been using, well, Thursday and Friday at work I used it quite a bit, and it's pretty dull at the moment. So yeah, it'll cut, but it's not very sharp. So while I talk about this, I'm going to, this is the 600, right? Yes, 600. While I talk about this, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen up this penguin. I'm going to put an edge on it. And right off the bat, I got to tell you, I really like this thing. I've been able to get the best edge freehand that I've ever gotten from, sharpening freehand using this system. I'm very impressed with it. It's very easy to use, very easy to keep your angle where you want to keep it at, and you can put an edge on your knife really quickly. If you're used to doing lots of freehand, you'll probably be able to do it even quicker than I can do it. So it doesn't take that many passes, especially if your edge isn't completely toasted. This edge isn't that bad, but it's in need of some work. And it comes with this 600. That's the only plate it comes with, which, I mean, for the most part, it's going to be fine for most people. If you're just trying to sharpen your edge up a little bit, 600 grit. And keep in mind, diamond grit is not the same as like a whetstone grit, so it's actually a much finer grit than a 600 grit whetstone would be. So it will get your knife sharp, but honestly I would recommend getting the upgrade kit, which comes with a more coarse 220 grit and a more fine 800 grit, and it comes with a leather strop, which I am using Gunny's half Micron diamond compound to strap on. But I also have a leather strap, separate leather strap that I have the green 1 micron paste on. I'll usually strap on that first, and then I'll move to the Gunny's to finish it off. So this blade isn't that bad, so I'm going to do like 15 passes on each side and then move up to the 800. So that'll be 10 passes for that side. Let's go ahead and do 5 more on this one. That'll be 10 on this one. And this system without the upgraded plates is $49.95, and I think it's a fantastic deal. Especially if you're, I'm not an expert in sharpening. I've used a whetstone all my life to sharpen. I've never used any kind of fixed system. I've always used freehand. So I'm used to it, but I've never, until recently gotten into trying to get like a really, really fine edge. And this thing here has made it very easy to do so. I mean, it's extremely easy to get a fine edge with this system, especially with the added stones that go with, or plates that go with it. All right, that's 15 on each side on the 600. I'm gonna switch over to the 800. I think you only really need to use a 220 if you got like a chip in your blade, or you got some pretty serious damage, or you're trying to reprofile your blade. So yeah. But for $50, when you look at what, you know, a decent set of whetstones cost out there, you're much better off going this route, in my opinion. It's you're gonna get much better results, and I just think it's better. It works faster with the diamonds. You get your edge quicker. In my opinion, I get a finer edge. Now, I know there are super expensive whetstones you can buy out there that probably have much better performance than the regular old stones I was using, but, you know, compared to this, there's no comparison what I have. And I think I paid $40 for the set of stones I have, and I wish I wouldn't have spent that $40. Now, I didn't buy this. I actually won this from Neve's Knives in one of his giveaways. I think it was his Patreon giveaway, or it may have been his channel member giveaway. I can't remember which one it was. But I bought this on my own, separately. And, yeah, this is my go-to for sharpening now. Now, if you use a fixed system like the WorkSharp fixed system, you know, you may be better off with that. I don't know. I haven't used it. I know a lot of people really like that. I like the freehand. It's just how I've always done it. I find it almost meditative if I'm not sitting here talking to a camera anyway. If it's just me sitting here doing this, it's almost, you can kind of zone out and, you know, clears your mind. At least it does for me. Had a lot going on recently, so I need my mind cleared. I lost my grandmother 2 days ago, and it's been a tough one. So, but back to this thing. This thing's great. It really, really is. It does come with some of the paste. The upgrade kit here does. The green 1 micron paste, which works great. But I didn't want to use it on this. I put it on my regular, on this here. And I lost count. I think I was going this way, and on like the 3rd pass, we'll do 2 more. With these diamonds, man, you can just feel, as you pass it more, you can feel it get smoother and smoother to where it's just gliding across those diamonds. It's so much easier to feel when the edge is where you want it to be on the grit you're using. When you first start, it feels really rough and abrasive, and after a few passes, it gets smoother and smoother, and you can tell you're done. There's no reason to keep going. You can feel that it's not really taking any metal off the blade. How are we feeling here? That's feeling pretty good. Something I do wish I could find, or WorkSharp should make, is something to put these plates in. Some kind of little storage bag or something to keep them from bumping against each other. And this is what they come in, so I've just been leaving them in that. And it works okay, but I'd rather have something, you know, some kind of little, maybe a canvas or something like that to put them in, keep them from bumping each other. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and strop a few times on the green stuff first. I'm going to try to keep this on camera for you guys. It's hard to do this under the camera and see what I'm doing. I'm not even going to worry about using the ceramic rod. I don't think I'll need it. And I'm not using any pressure when I do this. I'm just letting the weight of the blade do the work. Not pushing down at all. It's a mistake I used to make. I used to push down, not hard, but I'd always add a little pressure. And I find that, I think it was Neve's Knives that said don't push down, just let the weight of the knife do it. I get much better results that way since I started doing that. Let's see here. How we doing? That's good enough for that one. And we'll use this Gunny's 1/2 micron. This stuff's awesome too. If you don't have this stuff, I'd recommend getting it. It's really good. you can really get a polished edge with it, that's for sure. I'm also testing out Gunny Glide right now. I just finished my test recently between KPL and Pro Shot Zero friction, and now, and honestly, between those two I can tell no difference. One isn't better than the other. They feel exactly the same. I've done it. If you guys have been watching me, you know I've been doing it on these Civivi backlash knives, 2 of them I've had, and I've swapped back and forth at that. I spent a week on one, with one knife having KPL and one having Pro Shot, and then I cleaned them and swapped it where each knife had both lubricants basically, so I could fill both lubricants in both knives. I can't tell the difference between the two. And I'm now testing Pro Shot against Gunny Glide. This stuff right here, the Gunny Glide, and this Pro Shot. And so far, I can't tell a difference. Can't tell much of a difference at all. This stuff for the money, I'm telling you. You can't beat it. It's been fantastic. Surprisingly so. I'm surprised more people don't talk about it and aren't using it. Maybe they just don't know about it. Because KPL and Gunny Glide are pretty expensive, you know, for what you're getting. You know, I think KPL's $14 for 10 milliliters, and Gunny Glide is like $15 for 15 milliliters. And Pro Shot is $8 for 30 milliliters, and it works just as good as, well, it works just as good as KPL. We'll see about Gunny Glide. I'm still early on my testing with Gunny Glide. I still got to switch between the two knives, clean them, and swap between the two. Make sure both get a fair shot in case one knife has slightly better action than the other. All right, I think we should be good here. Ooh, yeah, that feels really sharp. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing would tear this phone book paper before. Now it's razor blade. Oops. May still have a burr on there. On back here on this end. Yeah, there's a burr back here. Yeah, use the ceramic rod real quick. If I can knock it off. Oh shit, I'm not on camera. Alright. There we go. Much better. Oh yeah, so we are razor sharp now. And very little work. And that blade was extremely dull. Extremely dull. Didn't have any chips or anything in it, but it was very dull. And that didn't take me very long, and I was running my mouth the whole time, not even paying attention. So, yeah. I don't know if I get the edge to show up on camera. I'll try. I don't know how those guys I think are using lights for where they record at. And I don't have any lights like that. I'm just using the light above my desk. Actually, let me turn my monitor down so the white light off my monitor will come onto it. Maybe it'll help. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but yeah, it's extremely sharp. It's a razor blade right now, so I love this knife, by the way. This Penguin. I love this thing. If this one ever gets worn out, I will have another one. This is my go-to. If I'm not testing a knife and I'm going to beat on a knife at work, this is the one I beat on. Beat on it all the time. And it does fantastic. Hone works great. Very easy to take into the field with you. Although I don't do that. I'll show you why. Because I have this by Work Sharp I bought before I got this that I keep with me at work. This is the field sharpening system, and it has a hone on it, so I don't need to carry that hone. And you have 2 diamond plates on this. This is also fantastic for carrying with you in the field. You have 3 different settings on the ceramic rod. You got serrated ceramic, you got a strop, and you've got, I believe it's 600 and 800. Can't remember. What's that say? Coarse. That may be the 220. Yeah, I think that's actually the 220. I think it comes with 220 and 600. Yeah, and this has the instructions on it too. Just FYI, if you've got one of these, you haven't opened it up and looked inside it, on the back of these plates are your instructions. But this video isn't about this, but this is why I don't carry this with me in the field. I just keep it here at my desk because I have this with me in my EDC bag, which is fantastic also, by the way. Work Sharp's killing it. You can't go wrong with this thing, man. This thing is great. I mean, it's like a higher end system, like those DMT systems with the bigger stones and the, you know, the stone holder or mount or whatever it is, but it's just like a budget version of it. And you get great edges with it. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. Now, would I recommend it with just a 600 grit plate? I don't know. I think you would need more. 600 grit by itself is only going to get you so far. And if you've got a really bad edge, you're going to be there a while, 600 grit diamond, trying to get that. You know, if you got a chip in your blade or something, you're going to need something more coarse like this to, you know, get rid of that chip quicker and get back to a good edge. So I would recommend it as a, if you're not doing hard cutting, yeah, you can get a really good edge with this, with the 600 grit. But if you want to get a polished edge, you need this. Obviously, you need the strop and the 800 grit. And if you got, you know, if you hurt your knives and you need, you know, something more coarse, then you need this also. So yeah. And I did some reading online. Apparently Work Sharp's going to come out with more plates for this to do other things, different grits, and yeah, so I'm excited to see what they come with next. And it's also awesome that these are very easy to replace. These don't cost a fortune. You get 3 plates for $30, so they're $10 a plate. Where if you look at the bigger DMT plates, I mean, you spend $100 on one of those. They're going to last a lot longer, and they're wider, so they're going to be quicker. That's something else you want to think about with this. If you got a longer fixed blade, this is so small, it may not be right for you. But if you're just doing regular folding knives, yeah, it's plenty good enough for that. But a larger fixed blade, it may be time consuming to sharpen on this, with these plates being so small. I think they're, what are the width on these plates? I'll tell you in just a second. They are, click on the upgrade kit here, and I'll link all this stuff down below in the description if you guys want to check them out. 6 inches long by 1.25 inches wide are the plates. So yeah, so it's good stuff, man. All right, that's gonna do it, guys. That's my review. I don't really have anything to complain about. I mean, it's great. It really is. There's nothing. This makes freehand sharpening easy. So, and if you want to learn how to freehand sharpen, or you're just not good at it, you'll be good at it with this. If you can't get a fine edge freehand on stones, get this. You'll get a good edge easily. It's really, really easy. I'd almost say foolproof. If you can just hold your hand steady, it's foolproof. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you appreciate the video. Subscribe if you're new, and turn notifications on so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I will see you guys on the next one.